Hello and welcome to another edition of Motor Capital. I'm on the Detroit River, or near it, but I'm looking across towards Windsor. There's a rail line there, but I think a little bit south of here is where the Detroit River tunnel surfaces, and then it goes through here up to Rosa Parks. Here's the actual Roosevelt Park. That's where the train station, but look at the train tracks here, the little crosshatch. So you could take a train, hopefully, from the new Ford building through the river tunnel under the Detroit River there into Windsor, and then you could go to Toronto or be really bold and go to Montreal. But then if you want to go west, you'd go by the train station again, and if they had a nice hotel, that would be cool. But you could go to Dearborn, so they could connect with their Ford World headquarters and boom on to Chicago. Hopefully they've thought this one through already. We'll keep our fingers crossed. Here, welcome back Detroit, and companies that are going back to Detroit, that's applauded. Okay, June 25th, this is Fireworks Day. It's the joint celebration with Canada. They have Victoria Day on July 1st. But we have it early, and they usually try to do it, what was it, the Monday? They don't like to do it on a weekend because people like to go, quote-unquote, up north. Well, I'm taking Jefferson, and there's some concrete companies, and then there's some buildings here certainly that are compromised, but this is going to be, I'm near the site where the new bridge is going to be, the Gordie Howe International. It'll be just north of this, Zug Island, and it's a beautiful island to be sure. And then historic Fort Wayne on the right-hand side, but this is the approach area there to the left. Then we got some Vine action. I'm quickly trying to, because I don't know what the viewpoints are going to be like for the fireworks. Streets are going to be closed, big police presence, all that kind of stuff. So you're not sure where you can park and how far you'll have to walk. The Gordie Howe Bridge will be about 1.5 miles south of the Ambassador Bridge, which we see here. Help alleviate some of the truck traffic, and then also they don't have to go straight through downtown Windsor, clogging up the city. All right, well, this is where I decided to park. And I was looking to get my bearings with the map so I could give you the starting point. I'm at Orleans and Division, or Orleans. There's some bottle rockets here, and there's some great graffiti action. And it was darn well close to a full moon, if not the full moon day. They're doing a lot of work in Eastern markets, so they poured a footing there. And some people going for the vantage point up on the roof. The Lions, the prognosticators picked the Lions to be like a 6-10 team this year. They do have a tough schedule. Okay, well, the idea, there's a party up top. See, they got the tent going. It's early yet. Little. There, that's the entrance there. I didn't have a ticket, so I'm going to walk. The idea is I'm going to take the DeQuinder cut, and I'll just meander on down to Jefferson and get a great view. Lo and behold, though, the police had this all blocked off, so no bicyclists, no walkers, no joggers, nobody, nothing. So the best laid plans went awry. There they are protecting it. I think there were 3 cop cars just at that entrance. Although these, they're rebels there with the cause, but somehow they slipped through security, and they'll get caught eventually. They'll have to pay the price. Industrial art is kind of neat sometimes, just the shape or design. So I just simple minds, simple pleasures. But yeah, I know. Oh, that's a loud motorcycle there. I don't know if you can hear it. Beautiful church. Never saw that movie. But happy Wi-Fi, happy life. How about that? Well, there's a rooftop party. That's kind of cool. I'm always like looking at the urban planning aspect and how everything kind of fits together. But certainly the artwork is noteworthy. And so even though I want to get in position, it's hard to just walk by and not take a lookie. But that's good to see in Detroit. Just things brighten up. It just changes the whole attitude. And back to Gratiot here. Yeah, so this is like a little alley. It's a missing piece of the puzzle, really. There's nothing there. Grassy field. But, yeah, a vacant lot. It's still connected. There's something there. There is a piece there. All the land is connected. So, but looking at some of these buildings here, oh, this is upsetting. This was a nice restaurant. And it changed names no. Simplify. That's not it. The restaurant, excuse me. I took this video over a month ago. There's a restaurant there that just recently closed, but Gratiot is one of the spokes emanating from downtown, and this will have to be part of the equation to rebuild the city. In baseball, they always used to say, be strong up the middle. So we're strong up the middle now a little bit with Woodward. But now I get Gratiot and Grand River, Michigan Avenue, Fort. This is the restaurant Antietam. They spent a lot of work beautifying the building, getting it set up, and yeah, maybe it'll be reincarnated. Fast luck. Wow, so it's a candle, I guess you can buy. A lucky candle. I'm up for that. All right. 1358 to, I don't know, but the vines really took this over. That Mother Nature. Welcome to Eastern Market. And then Busy Bee Hardware. And even some wildlife action. We coexist with bunny rabbits. Yeah, now it's getting a little dark. This might not show up all that great, but by day it probably looks pretty good. Detroit City Distillery tours and events. That's kind of neat. And then this the red light district here. That's like the Greektown Casino. That's kind of bright, but music hall. And right about, very shortly, the fireworks are going to begin. A 25-minute long presentation. Say down in front, If I was down by the river, I'd have a clear shot view, but yeah, this building's in the way. It has a nice stairwell, but yeah, I got to get around all this. Still got another parking deck to clear, so half the show will be over before I get the shot.
de la mode et de la
carnival going on in Windsor. I still have a parking deck in my way, but it was worth it. Well, that was fun. Now it's time to reverse direction. Head back to the car. But a great event, certainly something Detroit can hang their hat on. And International Windsor can hang their hat on this too. This bar wasn't even open. It's a Monday night. Maybe some establishments floods. Some close on Monday and stay open the weekend or whatnot. But yeah, it would be a big night with the fireworks. You would draw a crowd. Sometimes you can be in the right place at the right time. But yeah, for mature audiences only. Gotta always add that caveat. Mounted police were out and about, and then yeah, there must have been a burglary somewhere. They went that way. Shrine Circus. This is a nice little historical marker. Yeah, something's going down. But actually, I didn't hear nothing the following day or evening. Sometimes there's events that come around with the fireworks, but it seemed like it was quiet other than the fireworks themselves, which is the way it should be. Here a bar on the lower level, so some watering holes were open. This a nice triangular shaped building. And I think Venus Bronze Works did this, and they're going to be responsible for getting the RoboCop statue going. So I'll talk a little bit more about that later when I switch tapes. Here's the 7-Eleven, and you see a lot of decked out bikes these days with the lights and whatnot. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think the full moon thing, that's gotta be it. That would explain everything. But yeah, a lot of these bike clubs, I think that's so cool. Now there's more bike lanes and it's opening up. And if I would have brought my basketball, I could have shown you a few moves. But look, they got rules here. You gotta follow them. It's a purplish color now. It used to be the building with the cherry on top. So I don't know what you call that. Dark blue, purplish ball. Maybe a nickname, I guess. Hopefully the planes can see it. Then our fountain.
Hey guys, park's closed.
Yeah, park's closed. I was taking too much of the detour here and had to run along. Main Street, Detroit. Woodward Avenue. And the Sailor and Soldiers Monument. National Theater, that's a renovation project. We'll have to see if that ever happens. And a skate park by Tony Hawk. There's a younger kid where I work. He's 25, but yeah, that's a lot younger than me. But he's a skater, and he says he's been to this park. Look at this empty property. This, what are they? I think they already earmarked this now. It used to be a parking garage with a nice little curly cue to get to the roof. But they tore that building down and they'll redevelop it. Look how many different rates. The standard rate is $50. Yeah, they got nude babies up there. This was the police station. What's up with that? And then I thought maybe this guy's getting a ticket, but the police officer was admiring the dude's ride. And he had a nice shine to that. As opposed to this, this barbed wire kind of thing. There's, it's like a jail thing there. This is the failed jail. They're in the process of demolishing this now. On the news, they showed that. So we spent millions. And it's understandable. You make mistakes sometimes, but that was a tough one. And there's some more artwork, but it's dark now. Ford Fields. And again, boy, it sure would be... they're on to me. If the Lions did have a good season, but maybe they'll surprise us. My evil twin. I just saw him there, a glimmer of him. Cheap Charlie's. Yeah. That'd be a place where I'd go. Well, I made it back to my car, but this was a bummer here. The side window there was smashed, and I had a hat in the back seat. That was the only thing that was taken, but it was a hat that my dad gave me, and I was going to go to the Willis Show Bar. Unfortunately, you know how you're supposed to hide your visibles away and keep them in the trunk? Well, I can tell you for sure that's a good reasoning, because they broke the glass to get the hat, and I missed the hat more because my dad gave it to me. Nice Stetson. And I should have put it in the trunk. So you've heard that advice countless times. Yeah, okay. Stop. I got to switch tapes now. Yeah, that was my mistake. Anyways, tape number 2. So the car is officially broken into now. That was my Ford Focus. Okay. Second tape. Ford Motor Company. This is on Van Born Road. And this is a continuation of some footage I took prior. So I'm not going in a chronological order here. I'm jumping back and forth between shows. But anyways, Ford Motor owns this property. They bought Masco. So this was on a Saturday. And right now my car is being fixed. But I decided to do a little walking tour and see how the cities of Taylor and Dearborn Heights are recreating or repurposing or re-envisioning the urban corridor on Van Born Road, developing the businesses and so forth, create jobs, wealth, all that good stuff. So we're going to look at some of the businesses along here. There's even another place that fixes glass. Okay, but adjoining Masco, then you go to this abandoned Kmart. So that's the big piece. There's Masco. Kmart here's the big piece of the puzzle and how they redevelop this. You could maybe have some businesses up front, then a park behind there, and some residential that would, or high-rises that would face I-94. I did get the call from Harman Glass that the car is ready, so I'm going quickly, walking quickly back to get my car. YRC, they're hiring. So like a 3-mile stretch along Van Born Road here. Here's my, well, they go by the name of Glass Doctor too. So my car's fixed. I'm ready to go. They close at noon on Saturday. So I'm getting back just in the nick of time. And there's my double cash. So I get 1% when I buy and then 1% back when I pay back. So I'm good. I got the keys. It's all paid for. I just want to check to make sure the window goes up and down okay. Alrighty, we're good to go.
One of more than 600 marches in cities across the country today protesting the Trump administration immigration policy that separates children from their families. Through an interpreter, Jocelyn talks about that separation.
We spent 9 months and 9 days apart. During that time, I was told that he could be put up for adoption.
In Fort Worth again, lead forecaster with the weather predictions.
All right, I'm going to take care of some banking. And the website, det.com. And I'm going to run a few errands. While I knew the tire pressure in the front passenger side had a slow leak. Apparently, I picked up a couple of nails or whatnot. So they patched it up. Meantime, I check out the park here at Van Born and Herald. And they're proud to be American. Yeah, I'm just hopping around. So I did the car thing here on Saturday, took care of 2 issues. But then I've always wanted to take video of this. This is like the largest paint can in the world. I don't know, there may be one bigger, but until somebody shows it to me, I'm going to say that's the largest one. We'll take a closer look and look for sale by owner. So, but peeling paint. So they've let this can go. But look how they spent doing this up. But though, look in the bottom, it's all rusted out. So there would have to be some repairs. But yeah, buy the building and get the paint can. And then this nice statue, golden statue. Buddhist culture temple. And so I wanted to take a closer look. I like to celebrate diversity, and there are certainly different religions. But this one, I hazard a guess, I doubt that's pure gold. But pretty nice nonetheless. And I don't know, sometimes it's interesting if you can see how other services are done, but whether they would welcome. Now they have a blue reindeer. I don't know. See, there's a lot to learn. If somebody was here, I would have asked a few questions, but it was hot and humid. Man, it's going to be one of those summers. Then another errand. I decided to go to Saturn, so I circled the things that I might be interested in, and then usually try to go for those specials kind of a thing. But yeah, this is just the Van Born strip. So getting back to that 87 in the house, it's urban planning. Urban planning can be done anywhere, any neighborhood, anytime, and anybody's opinion is as valid as anyone else's. So when I sit here and talk like I do, you can say he doesn't know shit from Shinola, and that could very well be true. But your opinion might be the valid one. Might as well share that with everybody, and we can do this urban planning thing right. Here, well, this is the African American Museum. There's an official name there. But this was actually, I had the day off, or I took the day off. I just decided, I told work I'm just not going to make it in. but John R. and Warren. I was casing this place out. And why is that? Well, at the Michigan Science Center, this is the location where the new RoboCop statue is going to be on display. So I was thinking, well, maybe it's going to go right out front here, because this is a nice backdrop, like right around here. And anyways, I decided to go inside and ask them for the latest and greatest on what's the status of RoboCop is, because it was supposed to be on display this summer. Actually, they had a nice newspaper article, but turns out where the Mobius was, it was here, but then they didn't attach it correctly when it was renovated or refurbished. It rolled down the street, so the Mobius isn't there anymore. But that's where the RoboCop is going to go, right here, and I would think it would be facing John R. But it's one of those things to like stay tuned. They'll probably take that out. But here, oh yeah, I printed this. RoboCop statue to make Michigan Science Center home. So this was May 2nd. It's going to be a 10-foot tall thing. This will be a photo op. There will be I just get it. It's kind of funny, but it'd be like one of those only in Detroit kind of things. Yeah, right there. And then the backdrop, the Michigan Science Center, which is cool. Yeah, you'd probably be facing straight out like here. Let's see. We'll have to... It might take till next year. I am actually going to go... Venus Bronze Works, the people that are putting RoboCop together, looking back that way, and see how they center and rotate and what angle they put RoboCop at. That'd be cool if he could move around a little bit. Anyways, you are here checking out the area. Look, you can get around with a Mogo bike. Young woman and her suitors. This Alexander Calder. Art is everywhere. But yeah, Venus Bronze Works, they're supposed to be doing RoboCop, so I'm going to see if I can't take a look at their studio. 13401 Mount Elliott. So it's in Detroit, just like north of City Airport. And it's probably worth a visit. Some young people making their way to the Institute of Arts. Music. Drama. Yeah, but this is the Cultural Center of Detroit. Then the DIA, they're going to have a Star Wars thing. And so it runs through September 30th. In the Scarab building here, they have some nice brickwork on their building. And Man in the City, I finally got the story with that and attended a benefit. And, yeah, the Man in the City gets around. Scarab Club, 3 times. I mean, look at the brickwork. So it's kind of artsy in there. It is a nice building to be sure. (1910 to 1928). I don't know if it was that long of a work in progress, unless it was renovated a little bit, a little add-on in 1928. Here now, when I grew up, it was always called the riots, but here it's interesting, and you learn as you get older and stuff, but a lot of people took it as a rebellion, and so now my eyes have been opened a little bit on that, but this certainly changed the course of the city, and it's interesting how Detroit has gone up and down. Like, if you remember in high school math, the sine and cosine waves, Detroit probably more than any other city has ridden that sine wave up and down, up and down. So we're due now for that upward swing because we had that big decline, the 50-year slide. But things had to change in Detroit, and one of these kind of was addressed in 1967, or was the start. I could have spent more time going through all this, but there's a Drinks by Design event that's happening on the east side. But not only that, but I wanted to check out what was left of the Boblo boat. So we will move along here. But here, black and white get together quite nicely, actually. I like this sculpture. I was looking for a placard, who the artist was, and I wasn't looking in the right spot because I couldn't find anything. They bring people here by the busload, and that's a good thing. If Detroit just got its share of the tourism dollar, we'd probably be quite happy with that. But the tide is turning. Actually, more people are thinking of coming to Detroit. Here's the smokestacks. Now, if we got rid of the waste incinerator, that would help. Now, I'm definitely in the urban environment, but DET.com will tell you when the show airs and so forth. Now, this toilet I don't think is operational. They should just clean that up and just take that out of there. Excuse me, I'm talking too fast. Here is John's Carpet House. And it used to be a house across the street that had carpeting throughout on the walls and everything. But the place burned down. What they did was they put some carpeting on a wood platform out here across the street. And this whole field here will host a nice blues jam every Sunday afternoon, like from Mother's Day to Halloween kind of thing, as weather permits. From like 3 till dusk. But yeah, they need to get that waste incinerator, cut that loose. There's no, in an urban environment, no. They could put that in Southwest Detroit or just shut it down, please. Really? It's a health issue. I saw insignia on top. Here, look, Artie Express, living around art. Yes. There's even those bottle rockets are industrial art. Okay, Detour, definitely. Those are the best. Here, this could be like a mini Gibraltar Trade Center kind of a thing where, but they've let this building go. So, Shane Ferry Market. This has possibilities. People can make a few bucks. Why not? Have a little flea market, a few bucks for a table, and let people sell stuff. I don't know. Here, this guy's happy. Like a Buddha. That would look good in the living room. Okay, I want to check out the Drinks by Design is on Bellevue. And Utopia Gardens. That place was featured, I think, on Fox 2 News. They have a nice pad inside. They took a spin around the building. Wow, like community health kind of thing. Then, okay, Detroit Aquatic Excursion Company. Now look at the canal tours, the hipster beach, custom boat parties. Yeah, but it's at Marshall's Bar, which is next to Moe's Bait Shop. So I got the map out, and I'll show you. That's Fox Creek that will run to the Detroit River, but there's a bunch of little marinas. There's the Chrysler plant, but Marshall's Bar. So we'll take a look. They have a nice little park here. We'll take a peek inside. And the queen bee was in action. Then they have some nice tiles. Love, peace, all those positive things. But, okay, the Fox Creek kind of starts there. Then they have like a boat launch pad here, but I've never seen a boat yet. But I want to find out because the tours start at Marshall's. At least that's what the card said. And you can get all sorts of goodies for the fish there. The Gold Cup, I don't know if they're going to have that this year. I have not heard anything. That was the longest running trophy given out. So I'm inside Marshall's, and the Tigers had an off day. This was July 12th. God, this was back in the day when they had albums. So those were the covers. I actually had that Fog Hat album. Free beer tomorrow. Well, I'll be back then. All right. To the right is Fox Creek, and yeah, so there's the boat launch pad, and the tours would start from over here. They have a fire pit. This is probably nice in the evening. Get a little campfire going. And then a tree fell down here, but there's enough passage, I guess, to get through there on the right. Then the rest of the building, though, needs some work. Across the way, it's going to be a new restaurant. So they were getting ready. I think within a few weeks, the restaurant was supposed to be open. Primitive Church. And then, yeah, this is looking back. So you have a nice little green space back here. Football. Yeah, I want to take this this boat tour, though. Definitely want to see how that works out. Then, looking at that restaurant, I'm not sure what the theme will be. Norma G's, is that right? And the free cabbage. The street slang for cabbage would, I learned this a few years back, it's money. So free cabbage, yeah. Who would pass that up, right? Vanity Ballroom. This is a gorgeous building. And the Aztec style. And that was my Ford Focus parked in front there, looking styling. For a small car. But Newport and East Jefferson. Yeah, I love this building, but the windows aren't for real there. Kind of got them boarded up. But yeah, if we could get that together, that would be sweet. Across the way, a building for sale. Yeah, this urban planning thing works in any neighborhood. And so the first thing I like to do is just to scout it out and see what's there to start with. Then try to make an educated opinion. This stairwell was open in back. This building seems like too far gone. It was compromised in too many areas. But East Jefferson, another stretch, a thoroughfare or boulevard or avenue, actually, but that spokes from the center of Detroit. And East Jefferson, in places, is top-notch. But other places need work. Like the stairs here, that needs to be filled in. We the people, so someone had a big, wrote like a poem back here, or a story, but there's too much to read. 14123. Yeah, either tear it down or repurpose the building. But yeah, right across from the Vanity. And this, they were talking about the newly opened. So the bike lane's here, and then parking just off there. I like this woodcut. This was cleverly done. But yeah, the east side, that should be their pet project. That's what they should focus on, if I can be so bold. Well, a month prior, Drinks by Design had an event at the Edison Boat Club. And I could have sworn when I had a nice vantage point that was actually the Boblo boat. So I wanted to go back. That isn't there. That's a nice little paddle boat you could take with your friends. Go for a little spin. But yeah, we just prior, I think July 6th or whatever, the Boblo boat had a fire. And it was like, oh no, you got to be kidding. And there it is. That's what's left of it. A steel hull, but most of the everything up top was wood. So it'll have to be all redone. So this is not a good day. I don't know how far along they were in the restoration process. I think they had quite a ways to go. But to see that, now everybody can have an opinion. Is it worth salvaging or what to do? Yeah. But, yeah, this is sad. But we drug our feet. They should have never gotten in such bad condition to begin with. But when Boblo Island closed, it was like they just sat there open and exposed and really got in bad shape. They got weathered. Okay, farther down the way, Harbor Hill, they got a big marathon sign. And Keens Marina, way down yonder. I don't know the east side like I should. I know the west side better and southwest Detroit and so forth. And downtown, been there plenty of times. But east side, I could spend more time just walking around. I like just doing the exploring thing. There's Belle Isle. I'm not sure exactly what that thing does. But, yeah, back to the Boblo boat. I don't know. Will a GoFundMe page be enough? Is it somebody needs to do an estimate? Is it maybe they already have, I'm sure. $1 million, $2 million, what's it going to take? Here are the stairs leading to the boat. Yeah, you'd need help with the Navy SEALs to get you across that one. But yeah, it's scorched pretty good. Yeah, I'm not sure what to think. Of course, I have a lot of memories with the Boblo boat and would love to see it restored, but, this happened, and it's like cost-benefit analysis, or where are we at with this? Somebody's got to make that determination, and then where the funds would come from. So that was the Edison plant, the two brothers. But the plant is now vacant. But someone just pulled their boat up. Yeah, there's a nice little, you come down to the boat launch, you can see the Boblo boat if you want. Here you can get the Belle Isle Bridge and the Ambassador Bridge above it. It's not like really above it, there's some distance, but it gives you that look like maybe. Yeah, I don't know. It's just sad looking at that. I don't have any answers, to tell you the truth. I'm not sure. Wait for someone much wiser than me to come up with a plan. There's some nice, I don't know if those are all like condos or if they're individual homes that are attached. Looks like they're still in the process of putting a few up. All right, right where that, I shouldn't even put a star. Should put an X, but that was where the Boblo boat was. Waterfront Estates. Anyways, Riverside Marina. That building needed help with its roof. And then that was gorgeous. This is one of my favorite hotels. Well, it's not a hotel, but not sure how that works if it's apartment. All right. There's Bellevue, just a few blocks south of the Belle Isle Bridge. There's the Boblo boat. And starting at Jefferson, the Renaissance Center is behind that. But the Lofts at Rivertown. And this gorgeous building and a variety of windows depending on what floor you're on. They have a Wendy's nearby, so that's convenient. Then you have a Comfort Cafe, more industrial art, which is Heart and Soul Ministries. Neat. Then I'm a Thunderbird. So this certainly caught my eye. That's a pretty wide Thunderbird. It has quite the wingspan. But there's the church bus. And then a nice restaurant here. And they got new windows up top, so I don't think the building's all used. But Southern Fires. And it's like good old soul food type cooking. All right, so I parked a ways, but I'm making my way to the Detroit Design event. Here they got the bike lane. And a closer look at Utopia Gardens, where everything is just right. A general acid proofing business. Wow, Yeah, a lot of cute little buildings, actually. Look at some of the detail on some of these. But see all the cars parked? These events are well attended. Hero or villain? That I ask between me and my evil twin, too. But here, different things. That's the menu. Okay. Now, this is nice. 2-floor event. And here are some of the businesses we're going to check out. So first and second floor gives you the lay of the land. The fancy part of town. Yes, indeed. I want to check out the second floor. Artwork, it's everywhere. We are better designer. We build and they also design. Yes, indeed. We need more of that. We need repurposing of buildings in Detroit. Bring people back. It's not necessarily quantity, it's the quality of people, right? So we're 670,000, and we need to bounce back. I think this was an Albert Kahn design building. You got those big concrete pillars. And this is almost like a business incubator thing. There wasn't really like a press conference, at least that I saw. But it would have been nice to get how they were working this whole thing. But many small businesses kind of, in the same spot doing their thing. There's probably some synergy when that happens. I think they made like cabinets over here. They got the fan thing going. There's a closer look at one of those pillars. And they got some machining equipment. And cool ass elevator. Oh, yes, indeed. It's old school. Probably can bring up a truck in this thing. And music.
Damn, right there. Oh, what you got about that? All right.
Art is everywhere, even in the industrial piping here. So, high voltage, keep away. Yes, indeed. But yeah, an old manufacturing building, 5-ton capacity. Yeah, RoboCop would probably love romping around through here. This would probably work. But yeah, this is the lower. Well, I'm gonna go down to the. This was part of the detour actually, but back in the main floor area. Oh yeah, Putin and Trump are, I think, two of those guys covered the earth. 250, reasonable. So some of the art was for sale. Oh, mature audiences only. Sorry, I didn't warn you probably in time. But yeah, it's neat that all these little different businesses doing their thing. And it kind of is exciting. Creates a little energy. Work certainly can be redefined a little bit. Here, well, an artist probably has quite a splattering of paint there. That's a piece of art in itself with the colors there. But yeah, it's nice to have these events because typically the building wouldn't be open. But they have this event and you can showcase what people are doing. Oh,